Have you noticed something changing in your life lately? Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly? Since you started taking your relationship with God more seriously, some things just don't feel the same. Conversations feel shorter. Some friendships feel distant. And even when people smile, you can feel something has shifted. If you've been sensing that, please hear this gently. You're not imagining it. Many women experience this during seasons of spiritual growth. Not because they're doing something wrong, but because growth reshapes emotional space. Let me talk to you heart to heart for a moment. If you've been lying awake at night wondering, why do I feel so alone lately? Or quietly asking, did I change too much? You didn't lose yourself. You're becoming more aligned. And alignment often comes with unfamiliar silence. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 18:12, before honor comes humility. Before God elevates a woman, He often gives her a season of quiet separation, not to isolate her, but to strengthen her inner foundation. One of the first things people tend to notice is this. They say, "You've changed," and it's rarely said with celebration. What they often mean is, you're no longer available in the ways you used to be. Growth can feel uncomfortable to people who were used to accessing your time, your energy, or your emotional labor without limits. Joseph's story reminds us that purpose often sets someone apart without their permission. He didn't ask to be different. He was simply marked. And when God marks a woman, she doesn't need to announce it. Her boundaries speak for her. 1 Peter 2:9 calls us set apart. That doesn't mean distant or cold. It means intentional, discerning, and rooted. So, when they say you're quieter now, more selective, or too serious, what they're really noticing is this. They no longer have the same access to you. Have you felt less drawn to conversations that once excited you? More protective of your peace? More aware of what drains you emotionally? That's not pride. That's emotional wisdom. Isaiah 43:19 speaks of God doing something new. And new seasons require new emotional environments. Another quiet assumption people make is that you think you're better than them. But you never said that. You never felt that. You simply chose growth over comfort. Joseph didn't claim superiority. He trusted the vision God placed in his heart. And belief can unsettle people who've learned to live without hope. For women especially, obedience to God is often misunderstood as distance, and confidence in faith is mislabeled as arrogance. But humility is not minimizing your calling. It's honoring it quietly. Even Jesus was misunderstood by those closest to him. John 7:5 tells us that his own brothers struggled to believe. So if you feel unseen or misjudged, you're not failing. You're following. Some may call you a dreamer, too sensitive, too idealistic, too focused on spiritual things. Joseph heard those words too, and yet his dream wasn't childish. It was prophetic. People who are afraid to imagine more often try to ground women who were meant to rise. Habakkuk 2:2 encourages us to write the vision and wait, not defend it, not explain it, just nurture it. Others may quietly question your sincerity. They might say you're acting different, or that your growth doesn't feel real to them. But transformation doesn't owe anyone proof. Joseph chose integrity, and it didn't spare him from misunderstanding, but it prepared him for purpose. Sometimes the bravest thing a woman can do is stay gentle while being misunderstood. There may even be moments when people doubt whether God is truly with you. They look at delays. They look at isolation. They look at unanswered prayers. But presence isn't measured by ease, and growth often looks lonely before it looks fruitful. Psalm 66, verse 10 speaks of refinement. And refinement is not rejection. It's value being revealed. So let me leave you with this reassurance. If this season feels emotionally quiet, if friendships feel thinner, if you feel like you're standing in between who you were and who you're becoming, this is not loss. This is preparation. You didn't lose people. You gained clarity. You didn't become distant. You became discerning. And you don't need to return to spaces that no longer honor your peace. Proverbs 4, verse 18 reminds us that a woman's path with God doesn't become bright all at once. It grows brighter, step by step. You may feel separated now, but you are being strengthened, and God is gently shaping what comes next.